White Boy Rick, action. White Boy Rick is a story about a 15-year-old kid named Rick who sells guns with his dad out of his trunk, and then one day decides to start working for the government or the FBI. And then after he works for the FBI, he decides he wants to start selling drugs on his own and become a kingpin, and then gets arrested for it. And all this shit is shown in the trailer. The whole movie from beginning to end is shown in the trailer. They let you know what's going to happen beforehand, and nothing new happens in this movie. So therefore, everything in this movie you just see coming. Plus, if you know the story, then you know he's going to get arrested, and therefore, there's no point to see this movie at all. And since it's based on a true story, it's just like, it feels like this movie should just be like a documentary or a book. This didn't feel like it should have been a movie. This movie takes place in 1984, which is a reason why I wanted to go see it, because I like 80s movies. I like 80s throwback. That's why The Stranger Things is getting very popular. It's always been popular since it came out. People like 80s throwback stuff, and I thought I could get some of that in this movie. No offense to people who lived in Detroit in 1984, but this place looked bad. It felt like I was watching 8 Mile the whole time. And not only that, but this movie took place during the winter the whole time. It would be like, all right, 1985, still winter. 1986, still winter. 1987, still winter. Did this guy's life never happen in the summer or spring? It was just he's constantly selling drugs or doing shit in the winter. Was that the high season? Like, literally high season for getting drugs? The story of this movie just kept going real fast. They kept like rushing past things. It's like, all right, he's doing this now, he's doing this now. All right, he's an informant now, he's not an informant now, he's selling drugs. It felt like it was just rushing through the story too quick. It never really took a moment to breathe. It was just constantly him doing this. Now let's just talk about Rick, the guy who plays Rick. Richie Merritt, I believe. This is like his first role, and he was okay in some scenes, but then sometimes it just got annoying. Like, these characters have to speak with this white trash accent that just sounds fake. And after a while, it just gets very annoying. And then especially the character Dawn, played by Belle Polly or something. She was cast well, because every time I saw her, she definitely looked like a crackhead. And that's basically who she plays. She plays like a stoner, and then, you know, they try to show you how much the kid Rick cares for his sister. Even though the dad just kind of gave up on her, he tries to, like, you know, pull her back into the house and try to help her and get her off drugs. They try to help her surmount her addiction. But Matthew McConaughey's character, the dad, like, he's just like a side character, but he was the only breath of fresh air. Like, every time he was on screen, I wanted him to stay, because his character was just more fun. Like, his acting's very good, so he makes it better. So this movie overall was just kind of boring. Seriously, this movie just felt like it should have been like a documentary or just a fun book. I think I had the most fun in this movie in the first act, with like Matthew McConaughey and the relationship between him and his son, buying and selling guns together. That was kind of interesting. It was kind of fun. But the rest of the movie just wasn't nearly as good. This movie wasn't bad, but it's just not really a good movie. Like I said, it shouldn't be a movie. It should be something else. The characters that we have to watch aren't that interesting. It's hard to understand people because they're all speaking with weird dialect and just accents. Cold, miserable weather. The movie made me feel miserable. It was all gritty and nasty in Detroit and just a complete shit. So therefore, when it comes to White Boy Rick, I say this is a movie that's only worth renting at Redbox. But those are my thoughts on White Boy Rick. Have you seen this movie? It's not doing too good at the box office. Simple Favor is passing it, which doesn't surprise me because that's a mystery movie and this is just a real life documentary movie. But those are my thoughts on White Boy Rick. Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And as always, if you want to see more fantastical, awesome content, you can do so by clicking on that beautiful cartoon face in 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.